Did you know that there were plans for a co-op mode in The Last of Us Part 1? Hey everyone, my name is TheiPadCat, and well, you heard that right. There were plans for a co-op mode in The Last of Us Part 1, but unfortunately it had to be cancelled and scrapped due to time constraints. Some YouTubers have already made videos about this scrapped co-op mode, and if you're interested, I've left some links in the description below so you can go check it out after you've watched this video. But I'm not here to showcase any of those modes, partly because, well, other people have already done that, and partly because I'm too incompetent to, well, get into that part of the game. No, I'm here to discuss how a co-op mode can potentially work in The Last of Us Part 2. First of all, I think the inclusion of a co-op mode in The Last of Us Part 2 is a given, since we got survival in Uncharted 4. And of course, because of the plan to include a co-op in The Last of Us Part 1 as well. But how would this co-op mode work? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is of course a campaign co-op. Well, I think there are some reasons why a co-op campaign would not work in The Last of Us. Well, mainly two. Firstly, the immersion factor. Look at games like Dying Light, for example, which has a co-op mode for its campaign, where you can play with 3 other friends, so you have 4 players. The only problem is that all of those 4 players are experiencing the same story. And that means all of those 4 players are also the same character. I mean, imagine playing The Last of Us co-op campaign and seeing 3 other Joels, or 3 other Ellies, or even 1 other Joel and 1 other Ellie. I mean, that would seriously take me out of the immersion. And I don't know about you, but I don't think that would be the best idea if they want to keep the story more serious and immersive. But wait, why are we talking about playing as the same character? We have 2 characters, Joel and Ellie. Why wouldn't we use those as co-op partners? That would be great, wouldn't it? Well, no. Here is the second reason why that wouldn't work. And that is because Naughty Dog would essentially have to make 2 entire campaigns to The Last of Us Part 2 and integrate those into each other to be able to play out simultaneously. Or if they wouldn't do that, they would just have to make it so that Ellie and Joel are always doing the same stuff. And if that happened, we wouldn't be able to get moments such as, well, the hotel in Pittsburgh where Joel falls down and they get separated. That would just be impossible, and that wouldn't work either. So I don't think a co-op campaign is the best way to do co-op, and I don't really expect. I think it's almost 0 chance that we get one of those modes, and I hope we don't, seriously. But enough of co-op campaigns. Let's discuss a co-op mode. How could this potential co-op mode work? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is Uncharted 4 Survival. Why not just copy that straight off and, well, have us fight 50 waves of different types of infected and bandits and, well, maybe fireflies, I don't know, across, what is it, like 5 maps? But, I mean, that would be okay, I would be fine with that, but it would be kind of boring as well. So, I mean, I've already talked about this in one of my previous videos, but they could do so much more with the narrative aspect if they did a co-op mode. I mean, in The Last of Us multiplayer we had the 12 weeks thing, and I mean, imagine if they expanded upon something like that. In my, I think it's the 5 things that should be in The Last of Us Part 2 or something video, I talk about this co-op mode where essentially you would play as a soldier protecting a quarantine zone that's currently falling apart. I mean, a riot has just started, perhaps, and your job is to keep the people, like, calm, and then things get violent. Fireflies start shooting at you, and things start exploding, and, like, the first few waves of that survival mode would be, like, against rioters and fireflies. But then, in all that chaos, in the explosions and the destruction of the walls and that stuff, infected would come, and then you would, like, fight maybe some waves of infected, and you would progressively be pushed, like, towards the middle of the quarantine zone, where you would eventually have your last stand, maybe. So that's that determines if you win, if you hold the quarantine zone, or if you lose it. And this could be sort of a really good way, I think, to expand on the lore of what happened outside of Joel and Ellie's story, what happened to the other cities in the United States. So I really hope they do something with the narrative aspect. I mean, maybe what I just described is a bit too ambitious, but you get the meaning. Anyways, that's just what I think. What do you think? Do you have any ideas for a potential co-op mode? Tell me in the comments down below and let's discuss it. And until next time, have a great day.